Hi guys! I've had a few comments in the last couple months requesting that I include more local stories in these videos, so I've actually got one for you today. A Cohasset man got a visit from the police and the bomb squad on April 14th after a neighbor called the police to report unsecured guns in the home and to complain that they saw the guy peeing in his own backyard. Under Massachusetts state law, a gun has to either be on your person, stored in a locked container, or stored with a trigger lock at all times. Now, even though 65-year-old Robert Stoddard lives alone, this was considered a safety issue and a gross violation of the law, and apparently peeing on your own property is questionable behavior, so the police got a warrant, showed up, and seized all 98 of his guns. The police also found a few military shells, hence the bomb squad, and some grave markers, presumably from a cemetery across the street from his house, though police say that no one has actually complained about missing grave markers. They sent the shells to the Navy, seized the guns, and revoked his license to carry, all before filing any charges. Despite Stoddard not actually verbally threatening anyone or assaulting anyone or engaging in any threatening behavior, police say that only now that Stoddard's lost his license and his guns, the neighborhood is safe and free of risk. The neighbors, though, kept telling reporters how shocked and frightened they were, knowing that their friendly neighbor had a small armory in his house. But before police showed up, most of the neighbors didn't even know that this guy had all of these guns. They only suddenly afterwards were like, oh my goodness, what could have happened? To these people, just having a house in their neighborhood that had a bunch of guns in it was terrifying. They suddenly felt like they were at risk of death at any moment. I can't even imagine what it's like to live like that. And before anyone says it, yes, I know, he broke the law by not properly storing his firearms. But frankly, the guy lives alone and hadn't hurt anyone, so really it shouldn't be anyone's business. As for the military shells and grave markers, yeah, that's problematic. But remember, police didn't even know about those before getting involved and only found them after getting a warrant. Also, for the record, when the police just threw all of these guns in the back of a pickup truck, they didn't bother to put trigger locks on them either, which technically is a violation of state law as guns need to be secured for transport too. Not to mention, in some of the photographs, all the barrels were just pointing right towards the photographer, which you're not supposed to do, and no one said anything about that. Police didn't file charges until several days later, and most of Stoddard's charges are related to the grave markers rather than the guns. Despite the nearly 100 confiscated guns, most of which were rifles and shotguns, he's being charged with only 3 counts of improper storage of a handgun and 1 count of possession of a firearm with obliterated serial numbers. His other charges are 3 counts of desecrating a grave and 5 counts of receiving stolen property, presumably from the 5 mortar shells that they think someone took out of an old park somewhere. After this story went viral because the police posted it on their own Facebook page, they made a statement saying that people complaining about Second Amendment rights being infringed just don't know Massachusetts state law. And because it's Massachusetts state law, no Second Amendment rights were trampled, so they say. Cohasset police say that they were forced to remove the post from Facebook because of all the haters. I guess the message here is that an unjust law is still a law, to lock up your guns, making them useless in a self-defense situation, and if you're going to pee on your property, just make sure no one else is watching. That is your Second Amendment and firearm news for the week. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're over on YouTube, and throw me some upvotes if you're over on VidMe. And if you really like my videos and want to help me spread the message of liberty, you can also help by supporting me on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and until next week, stay safe and happy shooting.